to find vertical asymptotes? Well, we have 4 examples here, and remember, vertical asymptotes are kind of a no-go zone for the function, the graph of the function. And the no-go zone is when the denominator is equal to 0. So we did examples where we found the domain and we said they were all real numbers except certain values of x that make the denominator equal to 0. Well, now we are going to be looking at not at values of x, but lines, but the lines actually are where those values of x occur. So same thing as when we're looking for the domain, we set the denominator equal to 0. So in this case, we have 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. And when I subtract 5 from both sides of the equation, I'm going to get 3x is equal to -5. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and I'll get x equals -5/3. So this is the equation for the vertical asymptote. Here we have 5x squared minus 9x minus 2. We're going to set that equal to 0. And we're going to factor this. You can use the AC method to factor this, and you would get 5x plus 1 times x minus 2. Now, in order for this quadratic function to equal 0, each factor would equal 0. And so we have 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. And that would give me 5x is equal to -1, or x is equal to -1/5. And similarly, x minus 2 equal to 0 is going to give me x is equal to 2. So these are the equations for the vertical asymptotes for the second example. So example 1, we have 1 asymptote, but in example 2, because this is a quadratic equation, we happen to have 2 asymptotes. And here, the denominator can never be equal to 0 because we have a 0 or positive number. Adding 1 to that is always going to be positive. So this one has no vertical asymptotes. And then finally, we have the denominator cannot equal 0. So if we set 3x squared equal to 0, and we divide both sides by 3, we get that x squared must equal 0. And so x is equal to 0 is the asymptote for this rational function. So that's how you find asymptotes. You just set the denominator equal to 0, and I'm talking about vertical asymptotes. Set the denominator equal to 0 and solve, and there's the equation of your asymptote. Remember, an equation for a vertical line is just x equal to a constant.